What's up everybody, Garrett back here, and my buddy Christian over at Planet CHH just did a video talking about old school retro horror DVD box sets. I watched that video, it brought back so many memories. I messaged him and I said, man, listen, I love everything you have here. I get a ton of stuff. I would love to do a follow-up video to that, maybe a part 2 to your video. And he said, man, let's do it. So if you want to check out part 1, go see Christian over at Planet CHH. Check out his video as he showcased all of his old school retro DVD horror box sets. There's a lot of cool ones in there, a lot of ones I have in my collection, some that I just have fond memories over. But I wanted to showcase some other ones that I have in my collection because I've talked about this before. DVDs and the age that I am was the height of my collecting days during that DVD era in like the 2000s. So I have a lot of stuff that I've acquired around that time, and some I want to showcase here today. So again, make sure to go check out his video for part 1, and this is part 2, which I will not show anything he showcased in his, so you can kind of get the best of both worlds here. So again, I'm going to start out this pretty hot with one, which I think was a limited Canadian release, and it's for Ginger Snaps. So if you check this out, the Ginger Snaps Trilogy, you get all 3 movies in here. It's got that fold out, almost like a slip box, right? Like they weren't doing a lot of this stuff back then. And inside here, you do get a fold out of all 3 movies. Man, I'm a big fan of Ginger Snaps, all of them actually. I think they're kind of underrated as far as a franchise or a trilogy. And I'm glad that Scream Factory was able to put the first one out on Blu-ray, but I don't think we've seen the other 2 hit Blu-ray as far as I know. So if I'm wrong, let me know. But yeah, this is the Ginger Snaps box set. I believe from Canada, I think. And it was pretty limited for a long time. I know this was pretty hard to get. But yeah, I thought this was a pretty cool one to show, something a little bit different. All right, the next one I want to show is from Anchor Bay. It's the Hellraiser Collection. It's the laminate configuration box set. And it's pretty cool because you have in here, you know, the Hellraiser, you get the original, you got Hellbound. You also get the Hellraiser Blu-ray as well. So this is kind of when Blu-ray first came out. And they gave you that Anchor Bay Hellraiser edition in here. So very, very cool. It's got that plastic kind of casing over it. And you take this out and you can just kind of move this thing around. It's pretty neat. You can kind of pull it apart in pieces and stuff, and all the discs are housed inside. So yeah, this is pretty cool, this Hellraiser set. I used to have one from the UK which had every Hellraiser in it. It was cardboard and it kind of unfolded and stuff. So I had sold that at some point. So this is the one I still have here. This was a little bit newer than the UK one that I had. So this one kind of came out after that from Anchor Bay. But yeah, very cool set. It's just cool to have kind of displayed up and stuff on the top shelf in your collection. So that is the Hellraiser Collection. Now to kind of piggyback off what I was saying with this Hellraiser set, I did have one for the UK that was the box, but it was cardboard, it was smaller, you could fold it out. But what they also did around that time was this one, which I think is pretty sought after still because it was the original. You could probably get it at a good price, but back in the day, this was super limited because you had to get it overseas and it was very hard to come by. And it was the Phantasm Sphere. It was the first time they ever tried this sphere technique, which we've seen a couple times before now with Arrow and stuff like that. But this was the OG original from Anchor Bay. Now remember, I had to import this from the UK way back in the day, which was very abnormal, I think, around that time because, you know, eBay and Amazon and stuff, like they were just kind of out at that point. So people were kind of hesitant of buying things overseas. So I don't remember what I had to do here. Maybe I had to get it on eBay or maybe Amazon UK. I forget, but this was one of my prized possessions in my collection for a long time. I don't want to take it all out, but as you can see, you've got the top. You move it around this way, you get the bottom, and then it tells you what's in here. So again, we've got the Phantasm, Phantasm 2, Phantasm 3, Phantasm 4, and then a bonus disc. So Phantasm being one of my all-time favorite franchises. I really, really love this thing, and it still just holds a big place in my heart and sits at the top of my DVD shelf, which again, you guys will see a lot of this stuff on my room tour part 2. So get ready for that, as it should be coming out relatively soon. By the end of summer at least. But yeah, this was the Phantasm Sphere box set. All right, so a lot of companies were doing this at the time. I remember Christian showed it, the Halloween set with the little Myers mask in there. You had the Jason set with the little hockey mask in there. I have those sets and they're beautiful, gorgeous. Well, the company started kind of doing that where they had a face in the front. And this one was no different. It was for Saw. So as you can see, this one has Billy like on there, and really cool. As you can see, even on the inside over here, it still says Saw. It's really cool. It's for the trilogy. So this came out when I think there was only 3 Saw movies available. But I just thought this was really cool. I never got rid of it just because I like the way this looks on the shelf with that 3D effect of him inside there. And I have it lined up right next to my Friday the 13th with the mask, the Halloween with Myers mask. Like, they're all kind of lined up on the top shelf together. So pretty cool edition of this one. It's 6 discs, and it's got just different things in there, unrated versions of each one. So very cool. I figured I'd showcase this thing because I know there's a lot of Saw fans out there. Now this next one's for Christian. He showed the Puppet Master box set, which I have, and he's right. Like, that thing was pretty rare to get at the time. It was just kind of went on sale and then it was gone. So I was lucky enough to get that Puppet Master set. But this is one that is not as big. It wasn't as rare, but I always loved this movie, and it's from Full Moon, and it's the Dollman and Demonic Toys box set. It's like a trilogy. And I thought this was pretty cool because I'm a big Demonic Toys fan. You know, the other ones aren't as great. So you got Dollman, pretty cool movie. Then Demonic Toys versus Dollman, which is, you know, it is what it is. It's Full Moon, but it's kind of good Full Moon. It's before Full Moon kind of turned into what it is. But this was a cool edition. I remember getting back in the day. I was really excited for it. So I can show you the disc. This is the classic Demonic Toys that I love, that image there. And then you had Dollman as well. And then you had the Dollman vs. Demonic Toys. And I can remember renting all of those on VHS a lot back in the day. So when I got this in a set, I was really excited. So I figured I'd showcase this one now just because I know Christian being a big Full Moon fan. I'm assuming he probably has this in his collection, knowing what kind of fan he is there. But again, maybe not. I don't know if this thing was, you know, few and far between back in the day. But yeah, this is the Dollman Demonic Toys collection. I figured I'd showcase this one because we do know that this is getting a 4K treatment. Should be starting to get released, I think in August perhaps, but this is one that everybody loved back in the day. It was the Tox box. So it's the Toxic Avenger box set from Troma. And what I liked about this one was not only did you get parts 1, 2, and 3, but you also got the Toxic Crusader movie, which was the cartoon that I absolutely loved as a kid. So that was kind of the bonus in here, was you got that. You got, you know, part 1, part 2, part 3, and then this was the money right here, is you finally got that Toxic Crusader movie. And you know what? Correct me if I'm wrong, but as far as I remember, this was like really the only way to get that Toxic Crusader was in this box here. I think that's what made this kind of a want for a lot of people, was because you did get that movie in there. I'm not sure if it's been released since then, but that's just what I remember from back in the day. All right, the next one is, again, this was a standard, cool box set because everything was in here, but this wasn't anything valuable. It was pretty readily available, and it was the Amityville Horror Collection. I absolutely love these movies, so to me, this was a must. I mean, I bought them all on Blu-ray from Scream Factory. I've been getting them on, you know, 4K and stuff like that, so I'm always an Amityville guy through and through. So you got them all in here, and you plus got this extra disc called Amityville Confidential, which is pretty cool. It just has a bunch of bonus materials and stuff in here. So very cool to have this as your bonus disc included in here. And I like that they're all pretty similar. MGM did them. They all look the same on the back, so on the spine. But yeah, this is the Amityville Collection. Like I said, it was pretty readily available, but Christian didn't showcase it, so I knew I had to kind of bring this thing out. So definitely a classic in my DVD collection. All right, now this next one, I don't remember if this is from overseas at all. I don't know offhand. I don't think it is, but it's a cool addition, and it is the Dusk Till Dawn set. And this has all 3 movies in here, and it kind of slips open like this, and you've got that in there. Very cool to have this set, and like I said, they're all in here. It doesn't look like it's from overseas because it's got a little booklet, and then you've got 1, so it's got that dimension. You've got 2, and you've got 3 in there. So very cool. But if you check out the back, I just noticed this. Each one says not for individual sale. So that's interesting that they say that on there. But yeah, very cool addition to this, to have this housed in this box set. I'm pretty sure that those things were readily available like by themselves, But to have the set, I don't know if that was a little bit more rare. I don't remember, but it is a very cool set, and it's called the Extended Collection. It says exclusive on it. It's got full-length feature, Full Tilt Boogie, the making of From Dusk Till Dawn. It's got a lot of bonus materials on here. And it just looks really cool on the shelf with this design here. So, man, DVDs were just doing really cool stuff back then with these box sets. Like, I'm a big box set fan. Anytime things are housed together, I just really, really dig it. And that's why I was super excited to talk about this after I saw Kristen's video, because it's right on my alley and the things that I love. And going back and talking DVDs, it was like, oh man, like it's a kind of a breath of fresh air. I want to do a lot more DVD related content because I just have so much stuff. The next one is definitely overseas. This is from the UK. It was Anchor Bay. Huge Anchor Bay fan. I was, and I still am. When I used to see that little boat logo on the bottom, I knew it was something I needed to check out. And this is one that I got from overseas, mainly because getting parts 2 and 3 back then were not that easy. And to have these all housed together in this one big collection is what I really, really wanted. It looks great on the shelf. And that's the Scanners collection. So as you can see, it's got that Anchor Bay logo here. And you get all the Scanners movies in there as well. So part 1, 2, and 3. And then it kind of makes a design, which I think is really cool. So I love this edition, and it's just really rad. And it is, I think, region locked, but I had a region free DVD player, so I was able to play all this stuff. But here's what I'm talking about. This is what it looks like on the shelf. I love that thick box as Scanners like that. Like, I just think that looks really cool hanging on the shelf like that. Now the next one it was a weird one. It's not complete, like it doesn't have everything in it, but we know the deal with the first one. It's never really housed together. But this is the Chucky Collection. So really, really cool. There's the front, sorry. So that's cool. Look at like the embossed and the glossy eyes and the logo and stuff on this kind of matte finish. Really cool. Now this gives you parts 2, 3, and Bride. So obviously you get the classic logo there. Part 2 we all love. You get the classic artwork for part 3, and then you get the classic Bride of Chucky artwork. So that was really, really cool as well, is that you were able to kind of get these in here. And I think this must have been right when Bride came out that this box set was available, but very cool. I really, really like this a lot. And like I said, you can kind of see them on the side here. It looks good. The Chucky box set. Oh, look at how dusty this is up here. Wow. The Chucky Collection. So obviously it was missing part 1, but kind of know how that rolls. It's usually how it is in most cases, but yeah, very, very cool addition. All right, so I have 1/2 left. For me, it's kind of like save the best for last. I've showcased this before on Instagram, on my channel. It's just probably one of my favorite DVD box sets of all time. And I'm going to show you 2. So the first one I'm going to show you is the rare one, the bad boy. And this is the Sleepaway Camp Red Cross edition. When this thing came out, it was the talk of the town because they were not supposed to have this Red Cross on there. This was a no-go. American Red Cross did not want this logo on this horror movie box set. So they had to take it away and they had to get rid of it. And then they re-released it and it looked like this. So it looked more like a survival kit. So as you can see, similar, but different. So this was the rare, valuable, pulled from the shelves one. This was the re-release. You look at the spines, very similar over here. Anchor Bay did it. Boom, looks good. But the trick was this one came with a 4th disc. It was the Sleepaway Camp 4, the Survivor was an extra disc in here. And to be honest, it's been a long time since I've ripped both of these apart and kind of see what's inside. So let's check it. Okay, as you see, it slides out. This is the re-release. This is the re-release. It's got a little med kit in there. And then inside, you've got the 3 discs with, you know, the classic Anchor Bay artwork. So you got the original, I absolutely love this poster. Part 2, absolutely love that poster. And Teenage Wasteland right there. Let me just open these to make sure there's no extra discs or anything in here. No. Okay. And then you get this pamphlet as well, which is got just some pictures and stuff from the movie. So that is the re-release. Now, let's check out the OG Red Cross. So boom, slides out, same. Same. Now let me see this. These have white cases, so that's cool. So the other ones had black. I'm pretty sure they were black cases. Yes, so that one has black cases. These have the white cases with the artwork on there. And then this one is the piece that everybody wanted. This was that Sleepaway Camp 4, The Survivor, which was like a movie that they started that they never really finished. So they added that in here as like a special feature, but when they re-released it, for whatever reason, that was not included. So that's why everybody also wanted this edition. I think The Survivor did come out later. I own it. It did come out by itself later down the road. But this was kind of the excitement for this was not only was it just the illegal edition, right? But you got that extra edition of the Sleepaway Camp 4 in there. So this was kind of like my grand finale to show you guys. I absolutely just love Sleepaway Camp. I love these sets. Very sought after. If you can get your hands on one of these, even if it's like not going for that much money anymore, I think for nostalgia purposes and like, you know, history of DVD, this is definitely one to have in your collection, guys. So that was my horror box sets that I wanted to showcase today. I do have more, but these were like the main ones I wanted to kind of come out here and show you guys. I love talking about this stuff, man. We need to make DVDs rad again. Start talking more DVDs. We talk VHS, we talk Blu-rays, we talk 4Ks. DVDs are kind of like the redheaded stepchild now. Like they're kind of in that weird limbo period that VHS was in for a long time when DVDs were really hot. It was like, nobody wants VHSs anymore. Don't talk about VHS. No, nobody wants that. And now there's like a resurgence of these VHS tapes, which I love. So I think DVD might be the next thing because as you see, as we start to showcase a lot of this stuff, they were doing things that they don't do now. I mean, we get great stuff from things like Vinegar Syndrome. They just put out great editions of these movies and give them a nice full treatment. But DVDs, there was a lot of movies that were getting some real cool treatment back then. And if you guys like this stuff, I know Christian's been doing some DVD stuff as well. Let me know because like I said, I have a lot to show. Anchor Bay tin sets, thick boxes from Anchor Bay. I've got like these saw sets that you press a button and there's blades in there that go, and the blood dripping editions. Like, I mean, I have so much stuff I could show you guys on here. So let me know if you're into this stuff. We love physical media, horror especially, and the DVD game in the horror genre was excellent and it was badass. So guys, again, thank you for checking this out. Give this a thumbs up. Leave in the comments, what's your favorite set that I just showcased? Is there anything that you have that neither Christian or I have talked about yet? Let us know down below. And if there's any sets that I showcased here that you had more questions about, or maybe you had never seen before, let me know in the comments. I'll get back to you and tell you a little bit more about it. And Christian, man, thank you so much for starting this. Like I said, he did part 1. Go check it out on his page because he's got some really cool stuff too. So again, this is Garrett at Born2beRad, and like always, stay